Tonight on the South Today, a major Dunedin cultural institution is struggling to keep afloat, suggesting a funding crisis is on the horizon. Local business gets a shot in the arm as the government pours money into a unique Cromwell craft distillery. And Invercargill's newest bar and bottle store is betting on sobriety with an entirely booze-free product range. Kia ora, good evening. I'm Hannah Wilkins. A major Dunedin attraction is warning of a looming funding crisis. Te Hura Otago Museum is calling on the government for urgent support to help maintain their collection of national treasures.
Museum visitors checking out a moa skeleton, currently on display for free in Dunedin. But Otago Museum is soon increasing admission fees for parts of their operation, warning they face a major funding crisis. The museum receives some local ratepayer funding for operational costs, but raises the rest of its budget from entry fees and other commercial activities.
And what's driving this is the significant increase in costs at the museum, and it's getting to a situation now where we really had to increase the prices just to kind of make ends meet.
The cost of updating galleries and exhibitions is also soaring with inflation.
The budget that we get just simply doesn't cover the cost of replacing galleries. So then, times are tough in the museum field. I think almost, I would say that we are the poster child for many of the things that aren't working right in the funding of museums in this country.
The museum is calling on the government to take a bigger role in maintaining the national treasures in the collection. Admission prices for entry to the Te Hura Science Centre and Planetarium will be increasing by $5 next month. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Some Dunedin students have spent today tidying up in North Dunedin as part of an annual clean-up in memory of Sophia Cristani. More than 100 people took to the streets, cleaning up the remnants of last week's St Patrick's Day partying. The annual event was created in 2019 following the death of Sophia Cristani at a Dundas Street flat party. Her parents started the Sophia Charter to work towards making the student experience a safer one. They unveiled a memorial at the university earlier this month, saying it was fantastic to see students getting involved. The government has announced a series of investments to help develop more New Zealand businesses in the central South Island. A Central Otago Distillery is one lucky recipient and has big plans for expansion and growth.
Dozens of casks of whiskey stacked up high. Artisan spirits company Scapegrace is toasting the government after being provided with a $2.9 million convertible loan. The funding will assist the business in building a new distillery and hospitality facility in Cromwell. Minister of Regional Development Kiritapu Allen says she's proud of the government's investment.
This upgrade to the facilities and just the capacity that you've got to take it to a completely different level. Gosh, we're excited for you, and it's an absolute privilege to be able to stand alongside you.
Scapegrace says the investment will allow the business to increase its production capacity from 30,000 litres a year to more than 500,000 litres of spirits.
Have the courage to turn aspirations and whims and dreams into, cold hard steel and barrels full of goodies.
The loan will come out of the Central Otago Regional Development Fund with the goal of diversifying the region's economic reliance on tourism.
We can turn dirt into something that an entire region, and indeed actually the entire country, can be pretty damn proud of.
Backers of the project hope the distillery project will bring new jobs and opportunities to the Central Otago region. In Wanaka, the South Today.
Christchurch Cathedral has opened its doors for the first time in more than a decade, but only to invited community leaders and project managers. The event marks a significant milestone in the massive restoration project.
It's described as a huge milestone in the reinstatement of Christchurch Cathedral. The completion of Phase 1 of stabilising the cathedral was marked with a special event, with community leaders and project managers gathering inside the church building to view progress. It's the first time members of the public have been allowed inside since the historic building was severely damaged in the 2011 earthquakes. Building and Construction Minister Megan Woods says it's a day of celebration for residents.
I think this is a really important marker for Christchurch. Such hope that we're coming back, that we're seeing progress on what has been such a symbolic broken part of our city, that it's coming back to life.
Under an ambitious $154 million concept design, Christchurch Cathedral will be reinstated to its former glory, with 2 new modern buildings built alongside.
It is a hugely exciting day and an important marker. Still lots of work to do.
The rebuild will now move into its second phase, strengthening the walls and reinstating the cathedral's main building and tower. That extensive work is due to be completed sometime in 2027. In Christchurch, the South Today.
The future of drinking could be shifting away from booze, with a growing number of non-alcoholic beverages now on the market. A new bottle store in Invercargill is doubling down on that trend, giving Kiwis a new way to think about drink.
Beverages everywhere, but no alcohol to be found. Altered is Invercargill's newest bottle store and bar, with a twist. It's alcohol-free. The business is owned by local woman Kelly Blomfield, who opened the store in December. Some residents doubted whether such an enterprise could succeed, but 4 months on, the business is thriving.
A lot of people, for a lot of reasons, choose not to drink now, and having access to heaps of cool products is being greatly received. People love it.
Fed up by the difficulty and inconvenience of sourcing alcohol-free drinks on the web, she decided to create her own solution.
I love ordering online, but I'm kind of an instant gratification person, and I want to be able to grab something on my way home. And I kept waiting for somebody to open a shop, like surely somebody's going to do it one day, and it just wasn't happening. So I thought, well, I'll do it myself.
The lineup's more diverse than the fizzy drinks you might be thinking of. Her store showcases sophisticated no or low alcohol craft beverages, which have been designed to mimic the taste of RTDs, spirits, wines and beers. She says a number of other stores are already looking to replicate the concept of Altered, as the market for non-alcoholic beverages continues to grow. In Invercargill, the South Today.
Yakane, still to come on the South Today. West Queenstown becoming a mountain biking hotspot. International film crews are eyeing it up. And a mining ruin on the west coast is revived through a camera lens, revealing a secret past.
Mattress magic! John's taken an amazing 25% off beds and bedroom furniture. An astounding 35% off mattresses. Plus, get a king and a queen price.
My mate John.
Aero, used by Australia's top bowlers with their unique Z-scoop grip that redefines the game. Machined with robotics for unparalleled accuracy, Aero, same line, every time.
Garage Dunedin, delivering quality stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 17 years. New doors, replacement doors and maintenance are all part of Garage quality service. Garage Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Drive away your way with 3 incredible offers on the Honda CR-V Adventure Ready range. Choose from 2.9% finance with zero deposit, third finance, or lease a new CR-V from just $136 per week. These offers are only available for a limited time, so be in quick. From Honda.
Tēnā koe, welcome back. Queenstown is becoming known as a mountain biking mecca. Now, an American documentary crew are on the ground, scouting talent for a new free riding tour with the potential to boost the local scene, taking it to the next level.
Catching big air on camera, this American crew are here shooting for a new documentary, The Search for the Proving Grounds, New Zealand. The film follows pro mountain bikers together with Red Bull Rampage founder Todd Barber as they scout locations in Queenstown and Wanaka for the 2024 Proving Grounds Tour. The event has been hosted in the United States for the past 3 years and gives up-and-coming riders a chance to make a name for themselves on the big stage alongside pro athletes.
Proving Grounds is a new freeride competition that came together in 2019 that kind of fills the gap between, say, Crankworks kind of slopestyle and Rampage.
Local Kiwi riders have jumped at the chance to be a part of the action, joining big names such as recently retired Brett Reeder on the slopes, with their tricks being captured on camera.
I think it's pretty sick that Proving Grounds is looking at coming to New Zealand. As you can see tonight, like, the community of free riders here is huge. Like, this is just Queenstown that's come out tonight and it's massive.
The filmmakers hope to release their documentary this June, with the Proving Grounds tour itself making its way to Queenstown in February 2024. In Queenstown, the South Today.
Gore's new public library threw open its doors today for a grand opening event.
More than just a fresh coat of paint, the James Cumming Community Centre and Library has been renewed and reimagined from top to bottom. Gore Mayor Ben Bell was delighted to finally show off the new community hub.
Oh, it's so cool. I mean, I've gone through this building many a time and there's been no one in here, so to hear it, you know, hustling and bustling, it's just fantastic.
Almost $8 million have been spent updating the spaces and facilities, including $3 million from the government's Regional Development Fund. The Minister of Regional Development was on hand for the opening ceremony.
Here in Gore to snip the ribbon on what I think will go on to be just one of the most incredible community assets for generations to come.
The spaces are all ready for the public. The library will be open next Monday and the community centre will be available for bookings after Easter. In Gore, the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. Te Hura Otago Museum has been forced to raise some ticket prices, warning its budget's stretched to breaking point. A Cromwell craft distillery has received a major regional development loan to help it expand its global footprint. And a bottle store with a twist has opened in Invercargill, stocking shelves with exclusively alcohol-free options. And now we'll look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT, and we welcome in the Associate Editor, Mike Houlihan. Hello, Mike.
Evening, Hannah.
What can we expect in the big weekend paper?
Well, we've got plenty of big stories tomorrow. We've got a couple of big ones on the front page. The main one is the Dunedin City Council launching its own campaign to try and make sure the government builds the new Dunedin Hospital to the detailed business case signed off by Cabinet several years ago. You may recall the ODT launched a similar campaign last week.
Yes.
The DCCs and us are in lockstep on this one. We agree that this is what the government should do. Mayor Jules Redditch has written letters to the local MPs and has got some fascinating responses, which we'll share tomorrow.
Okay, we look forward to reading that.
We've also got news of new housing development being fast-tracked in Queenstown for 3,000 new houses, which would be a decent-sized town in some parts of Central. We've got our feature magazine, The Mix, with plenty of good weekend reading, and also a big bumper sports section with previews of the Matatu game, the Highlanders game, and the Steel game.
Stunning. We look forward to reading. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
And time now for a look at the weekend weather.
The South Today weather, proudly brought to you by MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Looking at the situation, a cold front and trough of low pressure will move over southern districts early tomorrow, followed by some late southwesterly airflow before a fine Sunday. Heading to the top of the South Island. Westerlies and 19 in Nelson tomorrow before late showers. To Greymouth, expect 18 with cool winds and rain easing. In Christchurch will be warm with changing winds and afternoon showers, and the high will be 20 degrees. Travelling to South Canterbury and North Otago. Expect cool southwesterlies at times tomorrow before late showers, but some lovely warm temperatures as we move through here. 20 in Ashburton and 19 degrees for Timaru and Awamaru. Heading westwards to the Central Lakes. More of those southwesterlies and showers over here too. By numbers, you'll get up to 16 in both Wanaka and Queenstown and 17 in Alexandra. Heading further south, showery with fresh winds through here as we get into the weekend tomorrow. All three spots, Gore, Balclutha and the Catlins, getting up to 15 degrees as the high. And down to the deep south. Well, some rain tonight with fresh nor'westerlies and a low of 12 degrees. Saturday comes with cloud, showers and cool winds. The high will be 14 degrees. Into Sunday, a mostly cloudy day with sun peeking through at times and fresh westerlies and up to 15 as the high. And finally, heading to Dunedin. Cloudy with a few showers and breezy northerlies tonight, dropping to 11. Tomorrow, early showers before a sunny day with mild northerlies, turning to cooler southwesterlies, up to 18 as the high, before late showers again. And Sunday rolls around, bringing 18 degrees again, light winds and a sunny afternoon. And that's the news this Friday. For the latest news and videos from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz. You can follow Channel 39 on YouTube to catch our news bulletins on demand. And you can also now follow us on Facebook. Just search for the South Today NZ to see our favourite stories from around the regions. But coming up after the break is this week's edition of Global Insight, where Professor Robert Patman discusses the latest diplomatic moves around the war in Ukraine and a key visitor to Russia. We'll see you again next week. Mā te wā.
Public interest journalism funded through New Zealand On Air.